Wait a second, this is not someone ordinary. Something about your energy feels different. It's like before this reading even began, there was already a pull toward you. Like something wanted you to hear this at the right moment. And I don't say that lightly. After years of doing this kind of work and connecting with thousands of people, there are some energies that feel familiar. And then there are some that feel rare. The person meant to hear this message falls into that rare category. This isn't just someone who is curious about spirituality or just starting to explore it. This feels like someone who has been carrying a deep awareness inside them for a long time. Even if they don't fully understand it yet, it's like there is something within you that has always known more than what you were ever told. But the strange part is, you may not have fully recognized your own strength. You may have gone through life questioning your instincts, doubting your inner voice, or wondering why you feel things so deeply or pick up on things so easily. And yet, those very things are not random. They are part of who you are. There is something inside you that has always been awake, even when life made you feel like you were not. This message feels like it's here to remind you of that. It feels like life has been shaping you quietly through experiences that didn't always make sense at the time. Some moments may have felt heavy, confusing, or even isolating. But looking back, they were not meaningless. They were building something in you, awareness, strength, and a deeper understanding of people and energy. And now, it feels like you've reached a point where something is starting to click. Not everything, not all at once, but enough for you to start sensing that there is more going on in your life than what meets the eye. You might notice that you can feel people's emotions even when they don't say anything. Or you can walk into a space and instantly sense the atmosphere. Or sometimes you just know things without being able to explain why. These are not accidents. They are part of your natural sensitivity. But maybe you've spent a lot of time trying to ignore that part of yourself. Maybe you were told you were overthinking, too emotional, or reading too much into things. So you started doubting your own perception. This message is here to gently remind you that your inner awareness is not something to shut down. It's something to understand. There is also a strong feeling here of transformation in your life. Like you've gone through changes that have reshaped you from the inside. You are not the same person you were before certain experiences. And even if those changes came through difficulty, they did not break you. They refined you. There is a quiet strength in you now that didn't exist before. A kind of emotional maturity that only comes from real experience, not theory. And even if you don't always feel confident, there is something steady in you that keeps you going. Something that doesn't fully give up, even when things feel uncertain. You may also notice that certain signs, memories, or even numbers, names, or repeated patterns stand out to you lately. Not because they are random, but because your awareness is becoming sharper. Your attention is becoming more tuned to meaning, to patterns, to timing. There may even be specific initials or memories that keep coming up in your mind recently. Take that as something worth paying attention to, not as confusion, but as reflection. Most importantly, this message is here to remind you that you are not lost, and you are not behind in life, even if it sometimes feels that way. You are in a process of becoming more aware of yourself, your direction, and your inner voice. And that process is not rushed. It unfolds in layers. Right now, something in you is starting to wake up more clearly than before. A sense that you are meant for more understanding, more clarity, and more alignment with who you truly are. You don't need to force it. You don't need to chase it. It is already unfolding within you naturally. All you need to do is stop doubting the parts of yourself that have always quietly known the truth. Because in your own way, you have always been guided, even when you didn't realize it. There is a deeper purpose connected to your life, one that goes beyond just personal happiness or success. Those things are still part of your journey, but there is something more meaningful guiding you underneath it all. The energy coming through suggests that you carry a kind of inner wisdom that is meant to be shared, not hidden. It feels like you have been holding back parts of yourself for a long time, maybe without even realizing it. But now is the time where that inner voice, that quiet knowing inside you, is asking to come forward. There may be someone connected to you with an R or A in their name or initials. This could be a person who has influenced your life deeply, such as a mother figure, grandmother, mentor, or even a partner. Their presence may still echo in your thoughts or shape how you see the world. Take this in whatever way makes sense to your situation. A strong image comes forward of someone sitting alone near water. Not lonely, but peaceful. Chosen solitude. The kind of quiet where the world feels far away and you can finally hear yourself clearly. This reflects your nature. You are someone who processes life deeply in silence. You often find clarity when things around you are calm. Because of this, people may have misunderstood you. They may have seen you as distant or emotionally unavailable. But the truth is different. You were never disconnected. You were simply tuned into your inner world, which not everyone could understand. Water feels very important in your energy. Oceans, rivers, rain, even the sound of water can have a calming effect on you. Being near water may help you reset emotionally and mentally in a way nothing else can. It brings balance back to your thoughts and feelings. Your emotional nature runs very deep. You feel things strongly, even if you do not always show it on the outside. At the same time, there is also a forward-thinking, independent part of you that sees life differently from others. You often understand things before people around you are ready to accept them. There may have been a phase in your life where things felt heavy, a time of confusion, self-doubt, or emotional exhaustion. You may have questioned your direction, your worth, or your purpose. During that time, it may have felt like others were moving through life more easily while you were carrying deeper emotional weight. But you moved through that period. Even if it was painful, it did not break you. Instead, it changed you. It shaped you into someone stronger, more aware, and more grounded in truth. What is emerging now is a sense of healing. Not a surface-level healing, but something deeper. You have learned how to survive emotional storms and still keep going. That experience has created a kind of strength that cannot be easily shaken. Your healing is not only for you. It also affects the people around you. Your presence has a calming effect on others, even when you are not trying to help anyone. People feel safe around you because you carry a quiet emotional understanding that comes from your own life experience. There is also a sense that you are meant to step into a more open and visible phase of life. A phase where your efforts begin to show results, and where you feel more supported by life instead of constantly struggling through it. You may also notice signs connected to certain numbers like 11 or 33, or meaningful dates involving those numbers. These are often associated with heightened awareness and life lessons that carry deeper purpose. There is also a strong sense of responsibility in your nature. You may have spent a long time taking care of others, emotionally or practically, often putting their needs before your own. Now life is slowly shifting in a way where the energy begins to return to you. A new chapter is forming where stability, recognition, and emotional peace become more present in your life. It is not something forced. It is something that arrives naturally after everything you have already been through. The season you've been in, the one that felt like waiting, like things were almost happening but never fully arriving, is now coming to an end. That long stretch of uncertainty is closing, and something new is opening for you. What is coming forward next is not something you have to force yourself into or reshape yourself for. It is something that already fits you, something that aligns with who you truly are, without struggle or compromise. It feels natural, like it was always meant to be yours. There is a strong sense of gold around your energy. Gold often represents value, success, warmth, and something precious that does not lose its worth over time. You may feel drawn to gold jewelry, warm golden colors, or even notice gold showing up around you in unexpected ways. It could also be connected to someone from your past or present who always had this kind of golden presence around them. I'm also sensing the presence of someone connected to you whose name may begin with the letter C or S. This could be a partner, a close friend, or someone who plays an important role in your next chapter. Their presence feels meaningful, not temporary. They are part of what is unfolding for you. The numbers 2, 5, and 14 are showing up strongly. These could relate to important dates, such as birthdays or special moments tied to February or May. There is also a connection to Taurus or Gemini energy, which carries a mix of stability, communication, and growth. Red roses are also coming through very clearly. Roses often represent deep love and emotional connection. This is not casual energy. This is love that is meaningful, lasting, and sincere. It carries depth and emotional weight. It may show up through someone who gives flowers, someone connected to roses in a symbolic way, or even something like a rose tattoo that holds personal meaning. Now there is a shift in energy with the Emperor. This represents stability, structure, and building something solid in your life. After everything you have experienced, you are stepping into a phase where things start to feel more secure. You are no longer building on unstable ground. You are building something real, something that lasts, something that supports you instead of draining you. The Emperor also points to a strong presence of a person in your life. This is someone who usually appears confident, grounded, and in control of themselves. They are used to being composed and knowing how to handle situations with authority. But when it comes to you, something changes in them. Around you, their usual control softens. The distance they normally keep starts to fade. You affect them in a way they did not expect and cannot easily explain. They may seem calm on the outside, but internally, you leave a strong impression on them that stays with them long after the moment has passed. This person may carry strong fire or earth energy, like Aries, Leo, or Capricorn traits. They could be a leader in some way, whether in their job or personal life. Someone others naturally look to. Yet with you, they experience something unfamiliar, something that disrupts their usual patterns. There are moments when you come into their thoughts without warning. Even during ordinary parts of their day, your presence crosses their mind and creates a noticeable shift in their emotions and focus. It is not something they control. It simply happens. The initials T or D may be connected to this person or something related to them. The numbers 1, 10, and 19 are also appearing, possibly linked to important dates or cycles in their life. January or October energy feels especially strong around this influence. There is also a deeper message coming through clearly. You are here for a reason. In this time, in this life, with your specific strengths and sensitivity, you were not placed here by accident. Everything about you, even the parts you once questioned or struggled with, has purpose. You may have wondered at times if you were too sensitive, too emotional, or not enough in certain ways. But the truth is, those very qualities are part of your strength. They are what make your perception deeper, your understanding stronger, and your presence more meaningful. You were not created randomly or incorrectly. You were formed with intention, and even the challenges you carry are part of what shaped your path. Lavender is also showing up strongly for you. This could be a scent you are drawn to or something that naturally brings you peace. Lavender is often connected to calmness, intuition, and protection. It suggests that your inner guidance is strong and active, even when you doubt it. A butterfly is also appearing in your energy. This is a symbol of transformation. It shows that you are not the same person you were before. You are changing, growing, and stepping into a new version of yourself that is lighter, freer, and more aligned with your true path. What is ahead is not a continuation of your past struggle. It is a new chapter built on clarity, stability, and connection that finally feels right for you. You are in a deep transformation right now. A real shift is happening between who you used to be and who you are becoming. Just like a butterfly, the most important part of change is not the moment it is finished, but the in-between stage. That quiet space where it feels like nothing is moving, but in truth, everything inside you is changing. That is where you are right now. And it is important not to misunderstand this phase. Stillness does not mean you are stuck. Silence does not mean nothing is happening. Life is working on you in ways you cannot always see yet. You are becoming someone new. There is also a strong message of emotional renewal coming through. A sense of love, healing, and emotional overflow is entering your life. This is not the kind of overflow that feels overwhelming or heavy. This is the kind that feels like soft abundance. The kind of love that flows toward you and does not disappear. The kind of connection that does not drain you, but instead fills you up again and again. For a long time, you have been someone who gives deeply. Your care, your time, your energy, and your emotions have flowed outward freely. And in many cases, you gave to people who did not fully appreciate the depth of what you were offering. You kept showing up, even when you were not receiving the same level of care in return. Now that cycle is beginning to shift. There is a change happening where life is starting to bring balance back to you. It is like things are being realigned. What you have given out is beginning to find its way back to you in a new form. This is a season where emotional emptiness is being replaced with emotional fullness. You are entering a time where love feels more mutual, more steady, and more real. This could come through a new romantic connection, a friendship that feels deeply healing, or even a creative path that brings you joy and emotional satisfaction. Whatever form it takes, it carries the feeling of being emotionally supported in return for all that you have given. There is also a strong sense of Venus-like energy around this period. Themes of harmony, beauty, balance, and meaningful connection are highlighted. This energy often shows up when relationships begin to feel more aligned and reciprocal. It is the energy of being met halfway, instead of always giving from your side alone. There may also be someone connected to this shift whose name or initial begins with L or E. This energy feels linked to a meaningful emotional connection entering or deepening in your life. Certain numbers also stand out in this phase, especially 1, 6, and 24. Dates like the 1st, 6th, or 24th of a month, or birthdays in June, may hold personal significance or mark important moments of change. The colors associated with this energy feel soft and calming, like pearl white and ocean blue. They reflect purity, depth, peace, and emotional healing. At a deeper level, what is unfolding for you is a full inner rebirth. You are someone who has walked through difficult emotional experiences and still managed to grow from them. That strength has shaped you into someone more aware, more sensitive, and more spiritually in tune with life. A new chapter is opening for you now, one that feels more stable and more aligned. There is also someone entering your life, or already present, who is beginning to feel your impact in a powerful way. They're being drawn closer to you emotionally, even if they are still understanding their own feelings. What is coming toward you is love that feels right, love that restores rather than drains. A connection that brings balance instead of confusion. A life phase where you finally feel emotionally supported in the way you have always deserved. This is not about becoming someone new from scratch. It is about becoming more of who you already are, without resistance, without holding yourself back, and without needing to shrink your light for anyone else.